the player of the game, is going to be a familiar face right here. By the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip 5, it's going to be Van on that Fredrin. Insane, walking up at every single turn. The Chad meta, Mirko. We said that it's Chadera, but no, Van walking up, tanking damage
Chad.
at any turn. You try and fight him, you get smashed.
It's truly the Chad era, but it wasn't for Chadera. It was for Van, the man. That's the nickname we gave him, and he truly, yeah, that was a man performance and a man presence, I would say. Just walking up casually saying, "What's up, dog?" You know, 3 members. Get out of my face. Get out of my face right now. My God, every retry, every engagement, every initiation, and still, he only died once. How is it possible? Why is it possible, Rashi?
It's a great combination between shutting down Kadera in the gold lane and also having so much physical defense on his side. Fredrin has always been a hero that has notorious regeneration. And looking at his emblems, he didn't even go for any extra bit of sustain. He went for the firmness instead of the Festival of Blood, so he's not even going for extra healing. And you can see that in the fight, in the Land of Dawn. He's always regenerating an absurd amount of HP purely from the passive and purely by having defenses to withstand the initial burst. He's also toggling, managing the passive, the stacks for his opponent's wrath very, very well. Every single turn, he's always a complete menace. And Geek, they just didn't have the tools, no damage, no crowd control to hold him down.
All the 50-50s were won by Van, and this escape was truly phenomenal as well. You would expect, a little bit of panic there, but not from Van. He knows exactly the limits of this hero, even re-engaging in a lot of these skirmishes to set up for his team.
Again, so many more options available to Aura Fire. Before you know it, right, someone just begins something, and you have no idea if it's a bait, you have no idea if it's a setup. And you can say that earlier, the final slash just a bit too slow, and look at the flicker Raging Sandstorm. It didn't work out here, but later we see that it became such a valuable moment. And at the same time, you can see Kadera is just confused, bewildered. What is coming for me? Is it the Raging Sandstorm? Is it the Kadira with the oddity? Or is it the Blazing Duet? You just never know. And Aura did a very good job toggling, right? Changing up who is going to go deep, who is going to use their crowd controls defensively. And I think ultimately that is what caused Geek fam to be so confused on what Aura Fire is trying to do.
Oh man, suddenly the Beatrix stock just dropped in this today's matchup, man. What does really find success in this case to Chadera? With a lot of overload of CCs, overload of damage, overload of dives, I think this is the right way to counter this Beatrix, to counter his flexibility. Like, oh.